welcome to Chuck's Diecast Car and Model Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at this, well, very special car here. This is the Lamborghini LP800-4 Countach. This is a car that I saw last year and is a really neat car to see in person. It is a tribute to the Lamborghini Countach of the 70s and 80s, and it does take, quite a few styling cues from the original Countach. So let's go ahead and take a look at those styling cues here, because I actually have this model here too. So there we go. You can see that there's sort of a resemblance of the headlights, or at least these would be the turn signals, because the headlights are pop-ups here, but the turn signal lights are sort of, and the headlights are sort of reminiscent of each other. You can see here that it does have, like the Countach, this side duct. It has wheels reminiscent of those 5-hole sort of phone dial wheels that the Countach has. And of course it has intakes here as well, sort of like the Countach. And on the rear deck you can see that they have a similarity as well. So good on them to, sort of take the original, ethos of the Bertone design and just sort of run with it and make it into this tribute. Now, also, when you look at the models, you can see here that the new one is way larger than the old one. I've got the rears lined up with each other, as you can see, and the new one's about probably 1.5 feet longer in real life than the original. So it is a much larger vehicle, as it seems every vehicle is nowadays. Okay, so let's go ahead and take discuss here again the model or the car itself. Now it is based on the chassis of the Lamborghini Aventador. Of course they do that to save money, so they don't have to crash $1 million chassis for crash testing. So they just use previously used underpinnings to save money. Speaking of money, they're going to cost you about $2.5 million, and they're not going to have very many of them. They're only making 112 of them, from what I understand. So save your nickels and dimes there, folks, or buy the model like I did. Now, it does have a 6.5 liter V12, and it has about 770 horsepower. But in addition to that, it also has a electric motor, which is actually charged with capacitors instead of batteries, which is the same thing that they used on the Lamborghini Scion limited edition car that came out a couple or 3 years ago. You add those two numbers together and you get roughly 800, which is where that 800 in the designation LP800 comes from, and then the -4 means that it is 4-wheel or all-wheel drive. Okay, well, let's take a look at the model here now, okay? All right, well, again, you can see, first of all, that profile, is like that of an Aventador, and it is very cool. I do love that, side intake tribute to the Countach, as well as this venting up here, which is also on the Countach as well. Again, the 5 spokes here too. Now, one issue here I have with this car is you can see that it has brake rotors and calipers on it, both front and rear, but I'm pretty sure that those are grossly undersized as to what the real car would have. I mean, that, you know, modern supercars have gigantic rotors that are like the size of a large pizza. So I'm pretty sure that these rotors that are in here are too small, but you can see that it has a single nut locking the tires, so you'll need your own gigantic wrench to unlock that. Kind of like these mirrors here too. I like the shape of them. There's a pretty neat look on the mirrors. Taking a look at the front here, you'll see again the detail. The headlights look pretty cool. I love that Countach badge in the front, which the original never had. It just had it on the rear. The Lamborghini badge on the hood is a sticker, but it looks decent. And you'll see here that it does have, you know, intakes here for brake cooling and all that sort of business, but none of those are actual grills. That's all just textured plastic. This car does have its own puny bit of luggage space in the front. Look at that. Look at the size of that luggage compartment. Huge. That's where you can pack your lunch and put it in there. So there's your storage there, okay? And taking a look at the back here. Again, very nice. The taillights are sort of reminiscent of the triple taillights of the Countach there also. You'll see that the shape around them does rather correspond to the shape around the taillights of the original Countach. It does have the quad exhaust like the Countach. Let me go ahead and get that in focus there. And so it does look pretty good. Again, this mesh around the license plate there is just textured plastic and doesn't go all the way through. This car is really more for show and going in a straight line really fast, so it doesn't have much in the way of like a diffuser in the back like a lot of modern supercars have. Okay, taking a look here though at the engine bay, you'll see here that lovely V12, pretty packed in there, and you can see the cross bracing just like the Aventador has. You can see the shocks in there, which is, you know, very well done, and all the other goodies in there too. You can even see, I'm not sure, is that a battery or what is that there, but you know, other stuff in there too. I'm sure if you were to buy a higher end version of this model, there'd be a lot more detail in here, but all things considered, this looks pretty good. Okay, actually the other interesting thing about this car is I showed you the luggage space in the front, but it doesn't have one in the back. But the Countach, original Countach, actually has more luggage space back here, so it's you could say it's more practical. So let's go ahead and take a look here at the interior, and of course it does have the classic scissor type doors of that Lamborghini is famous for. Although the Countach's doors more go this way and these go up and out a little bit, which probably helps you get into the car a little better, because believe me, I've climbed into a original Countach and they're not easy to get into. So let's go ahead and take a look at the interior here. It's not bad at all. There is a really nice looking center console in there. The steering wheel looks very good. Let me just go ahead and zoom in here. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Yeah, you can see all the nice stuff in there, including the paddle shift. You can see the nice little Countach badging there on the side of the center console. There are the two pedals, because this is a a paddle shift transmission, so there's no need for a clutch pedal. You can see all the goodies in there. Come on, focus. So this all looks really, really good. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at it from the top so you can see what it looks like in there. So that all looks nice. And again, from this side, you can see all the detail in there as well. So they really did a nice job on this. I mean, I'm happy with this. The seats look very nice as well. So let me go ahead and actually zoom back out and then come back in so you can see those seats. Hey, it even has the electric seat controls on the side of the seat. And look at that little Countach badge on the door sill. So again, this is a nice model. I'm really, really happy with it. I mean, Maisto, I've always collected Maistos for many, many years, a lot of times because I couldn't afford it to get anything better. But now Maistos are getting to the point where, hey, I don't actually need to get another version of this model just because it looks so good. I mean, no major complaints. I mean, the glass looks really good. I mean, I guess I could complain that, like other Maistos, they don't have side windows, but the paint is better than I've had in the past. There is a little bit of orange peel in there, I guess, but other than that, it is an excellent model. So anyway, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this review, and if so, please go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.